Hey Canucks fans! Welcome back to Vancouver Canucks News Today fans. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay updated with all the latest Canucks news. Now, let's dive into today's hot topic. What's next for the Vancouver Canucks in the offseason? After a busy July 1st, the Vancouver Canucks have been relatively quiet on the news front. Most of the recent updates have come from their annual development camp. However, General Manager Patrick Allvin still has some important tasks on his to-do list, including re-signing restricted free agent Artur Silovs and adding some veteran help behind him after losing Casey DeSmith to the Dallas Stars on July 1st and Zach Sawchenko, Columbus Blue Jackets, on July 7. Canucks learned the hard way this year that depth at the goaltending position is crucial. When both Demko and DeSmith went down with injuries in the first round of the playoffs, Silovs was pressed into action, and Nikita Tolopula was his backup. Sawchenko took the starting job in Abbotsford, helping the Baby Canucks reach the second round of the Calder Cup playoffs with a 47-save effort against the Colorado Eagles. Meanwhile, Silovs brilliantly carried the parent club to one win away from the Western Conference Final. Right now, that same depth does not exist, especially for NHL game. Beyond Demko, the rest of the goaltenders on the depth chart, Silovs, Jiri Patera, and Tolopilo, have a combined 12 games of regular season experience. Are the Canucks confident enough in Silovs to start 30 or more games behind Demko? Even if they are, they should still invest in some veteran insurance just in case he's not ready for the workload or injuries to that duo rear their ugly head. With that said, here are a few goaltenders still on the market could provide just that. Martin Jones. Martin Jones has had a lot of success over the years against the Canucks. In 19 career starts, he has a 12-5-2 record with a 2.37 goals against average, .917 save percentage, SV%. So why not bring the North Vancouver native home to see if that success translates to the other side? While he's no longer the same goaltender that anchored the Sharks' crease for their Stanley Cup final run in 2016, he can still be a serviceable backup behind a good defense. Jones played the role of veteran insurance with the Toronto Maple Leafs last season, posting an 11-8-1 record with a 2.87 GAA, 902 SV%, 2 shutouts. He was brilliant at times, especially during a stretch in December and January where he only allowed 2 or more goals once in a span of 7 starts. Even if Silovs is in the NHL, Jones could be a strong third-string option should Demko or Silovs go down with an injury. Antti Raanta. If the Canucks signed Antti Raanta, he would likely take up residence behind Demko, and Silovs would be destined for the AHL unless he outperforms him in training camp. Raanta has spent the last 3 seasons in Carolina as the 1B to Frederik Andersen, and apart from last season, his numbers have been exemplary. Before the mediocre 2.99 GAA and .872 SV% of 2023-24, he had a 2.23 GAA and .91 SV% in 2022-23, and a 2.45 GAA and .912% in 2021-22. If the Canucks deem Silovs not ready for the NHL just yet, Raanta could split time with Demko, giving the Canucks star goaltender the rest he needs to stay healthy and energized for the playoffs. He has proven that he can be a legitimate starter at times, which would probably give head coach Rick Tocchet confidence to employ a 1A-1B tandem throughout the season. Kevin Lankinen. Finally, there's Kevin Lankinen, who backed up workhorse Juuse Saros in Nashville for the past 2 seasons. If the Canucks decide to ride Demko as their primary starter, Lankinen is used to sitting for multiple games in a row between starts. He also put up slightly better numbers than DeSmith, posting a 2.82 GAA and .908 SV% in 24 games, compared to DeSmith's 2.89 GAA and .896% in 29 games. Lankinen hasn't seen the AHL since the 2019-20 season, so it is unlikely that he would take a 2-way deal to potentially start in Abbotsford. Like Raanta, he would likely be signed as the assumed backup to Demko. Silovs proved himself in the playoffs, but Canucks still need veteran insurance. After Silovs' brilliance in the playoffs, it appeared to be all but confirmed that the young Latvian would be Demko's backup for the 2024-25 season. But after reports of Allvin circling back to re-signing DeSmith at the draft, and subsequently losing him to the Dallas Stars, could be in the market to add a veteran voice to the depth chart. Any of the above would be a massive injection of experience that could start in place of Demko if needed, but also split time with him as a 1B. While Silov's definitely proved in the playoffs that he has the skills and mental fortitude to be an NHL goaltender, he still hasn't proven to be a reliable backup in the regular season. He is also waiver exempt, making it easy to bring him up and down from the AHL. In the end, it might be better for the 23-year-old to start a ton in Abbotsford and sit on the bench as a backup right now. This is a story that will be interesting to follow in the dog days of summer and into training camp and the preseason. What do you think, Canucks fans? Should the team bring in a veteran goalie, or should they stick with Silovs as Demko's backup? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more updates on your Vancouver Canucks.